Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, The Tipsy Bookshelf. Today we're going to be reviewing the book The Paris Wife by Paula McLean, but we're going to be doing it with a little bit of a twist. We're going to get drunk first because that's what people do in Paris, and we're in Paris tonight. So, be right back. Welcome back to Paris, the channel. Okay. We're gonna review Paula McLean's The Paris Wife. So what I'm gonna start out with is the plot overview, minor plot. I'm not giving away too many spoilers because honestly in the prologue there's like a pretty big spoiler, but it's like the best spoiler. So my number one pro is the prologue because it's just done really well. Like, she instantly, okay, we're gonna back up and talk about the plot. This is written from the perspective of Hemingway's first wife. He was married, I think, 4 times. And his first wife's name was Hadley. And this is written from her perspective. So, the prologue, which is my first pro, begins with Hadley saying, "This isn't a detective story, not hardly. I don't want to say keep watch for the girl who will come along and ruin everything, but she's coming anyways. Set on her course in a gorgeous chipmunk coat and fine shoes. Her sleek brown hair bobbed close to her well-made head. She'll seem like a pretty otter in the kitchen. Her easy smile, her smart talk, while in the bedroom, scruffy and unshaven, laid flat out on the bed like a deficit king. Ernest will read his book and care nothing for her, not at first, and the tea will boil in the teapot. And I'll tell a story about a girl she and I both knew 100 years ago in St. Louis, and we'll feel like quick and natural friends. While across the yard, in the sawmill, a dog will start barking, and keep barking, and he won't stop for anything." That's the best part of the book, in my opinion. I think that's like the best part, because it instantly lets you know, like, alright, this is a guy that's gonna have 4 marriages. She knows going to this prologue. She's gonna tell her story. She's telling the story of, like, a girl that falls in love, but she knows he's gonna fall in love with someone else. So, it's kinda cool for that reason. And it's really well written. It's really great. And I love that. Alright, second pros point is that I have a thing for like quotes on the front of the book where like you have like a famous author or like a newspaper or like a publishing house that just like offers praise for whatever the book is. Usually they're pretty bad. Like, they're really generic, they don't make any sense. I'm gonna pull one for you guys that makes no sense at all. Like, we're in Paris. The Eiffel Tower just fell, but we'll just organize there. Okay. The Amber Spyglass. This is a great book. Ignore this quote, because it's awful. But like, on the front of this book, it says, "This is remarkable writing, courageous and dangerous, as the best art should be." You could say that about any book. Like, it's remarkable, courageous, dangerous. I feel like I'm reading, like, Divergent, which is also a cool book, but like, this could be put towards anything. Whereas The Paris Wife by Paula McLean this excerpt from Entertainment Weekly, they did a good job. Like, I read this and I see, this is what they wrote. They said, a beautiful portrait of being in Paris in the glittering 1920s. As a wife, and as one's own woman. And I think I want to be my own woman. And it just seems really great. And like a bestseller to me. And it is a bestseller. So that's number 1 pro. Or number 2 pro. Is it number pro one? Okay, so basic plot of the book is like Hadley, the main character, she moves from St. Louis she doesn't move, but she goes to visit her friend Katie in Chicago, and then in Chicago she meets the infamous Hemingway. This is another pro. They all have like really cute nicknames for Hemingway because I don't know if you guys know this, but Hemingway was a babe. And I'm probably gonna insert a photo of him if I can figure out how to do that. But yeah, Hemingway was a babe. And he has all these cute nicknames like Hem and Nesto. And then a really gross nickname. Like Tatey. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Like, literally.
Tatey. And I don't understand why they call him that.
But he has a lot of nicknames. Most of them are cute. It's pro. But anyways, so Hadley, you know, she's a really rough life. Like a really rough life. Like her dad commits suicide. Her mom is pretty depressed. Her sister like dies in a fire accidentally. And she just like has a lot of loss in her life. She goes to visit her friend Katie, meets this guy named Ernest Hemingway, Nesto Hem. and she totally falls for him. And her friend Katie is like, hey, I just want you to be aware, like, you know, he's a player, like he is really into other girls at the same time. And she's just like, like, you know, we're nothing right now. We're just kind of playing it by ear. And that's what they do until Hemingway, like, totally falls for Hadley, even though she's, like, being super conservative. And it's like, Hadley put out. It's like a... she's Hadley done anything. But... But they totally fall for each other and they get married. And then they plan to move to, I think the first place is Rome. I could be wrong. But they travel all over, particularly like for writing inspiration so that Hemingway can write. And you know, for a while it works out. They have their huge ups and downs. Like for a while, this is something I learned that I didn't know about Hemingway. Is that like he was commissioned to write about like current events that were going on, so he would literally follow like if there was like a war or like a battle between like certain countries, like he would just like hop in the middle of it and write about it and like absorb all the traumatic incidents of it and have to write about it and publish it for their country and then like live with the awful memories of it, which is sad. So, you know, they get married. They travel from city to city. He starts writing for different, you know, places, different platforms. Starts to write for himself once he meets Pauline and Duff. He takes inspiration from, like, other beautiful women in his life, which clearly upsets Hadley because he's just like, I don't know, like, seeing another woman. And he writes, this is kind of sad because it's my favorite Hemingway book. My favorite Hemingway book is The Sun Also Rises. And most of that book is based on like incidents from his first marriage. which happens to be like kind of anticlimactic and like pretty sad. And like if anything, the biggest con in this book is it kind of loses you points. Like it's kind of boring. Like it's a romance, but it's mostly like a historical narrative of like Ernest Hemingway, which isn't really that exciting, especially when he's like interested in other girls and like mostly his writing. Like he wrote great books, but like he also was drunk most of the time. And, like he also just like did whatever he wanted. And they have like a baby together that's kind of like a pickup point. Like they have Bumby. Their baby's name is Bumby. Cute but also weird. They have Bumby together. And then at the end of the book, ultimately like the transition between like their current marriage and Ernest's next marriage, which she hints at the beginning of the book, she basically gives an ultimatum. She's like, okay, Nesto, hem. She basically gives him an ultimatum. She's like, okay, you have 100 days. You can't have any contact with her. And if you still feel like you love her at the end of the 100 days, then we can have divorce. And that's her ultimatum. And it's kind of sad. So, ultimately, I rate the book a 6.5. Because I would give it a 7, but honestly, after like the first, like the prologue and the first few chapters are so strong, and then it just kind of loses you. Like Paula McLean is a beautiful author. There are tons of like quotes I could pull that I'm just like, oh my god, like I wish, and I could like relate, and like it's just really great. But also it's too long. Like it's a long story about his first marriage that could have been consolidated into a really cute fiction piece. And that's all. That's all. I rank it a 6.5 out of 10. I think so. That's good. Okay. Tipsy Bookshelf. Today we're going to be reviewing The Paris Wife by Paula Hawkins. Okay, it's Paula McLean, not Paula Hawkins. Hey, welcome back to the Tipsy Bookshelf. Okay, so, soon. Okay, tonight we're gonna have a night of character analysis, a plot review of murder. We're gonna do a book review of Paula Hawkins' The Paris Wife.
Paula Hawkins. It's not Paula Hawkins.
Paula McLean. She's turned over Paula McLean. Why does
We're recording.
we are?
One, yes.
Hey, welcome back. You were already here, but we took a slight transition because we got drunk. We got tipsy on the Tipsy Bookshelf, and we should turn the TV off.
No, we should.
Okay, welcome back to the book review of The Paris Wife by Paula Hawkins. McLean.
It's not Paula.